How's everybody doing? They're going to present a lot of problems. You know, they started out the VMI game, first play of the game, and brought pressure, trying to force the issue a little bit, and that was a very consistent theme throughout that game. So we're expecting a lot of heat. We're expecting a loaded line of scrimmage. They're going to do everything they can do to stop the run. Very sound in what they do, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge. You know, I don't have any game film to back this up, but we feel like we've made a lot of progress in the last week during the bye week, and obviously we need to go do it on the game field now. But we feel like we try to go back and say, you know, what are our base concepts that we need to get really good at, and let's just go run those during the bye week. And the kids did an outstanding job of busting their tails, of working hard, learning from the tape. So hopefully we can go out there on the game field and show what we've learned and how we've grown, and have a little better execution in the pass game.
Hoosiers defense giving up about 500 yards a game. Is that a function of them maybe not playing their best defense, or is it just the offense going so fast?
You know, I don't know. I think it's a double-edged sword. You know, for us, we get that critique a lot that sometimes we go too fast and we put our defense in a bad bind. But I don't know if I buy that. So you know, I don't know the reason for that. I just know that they play two great teams, two very good offenses. So you know, for us, we need to go out and execute our offense with what we're trying to do, and find a way to win this game.
You guys said before, dictated by what the defense and all of that. But he said even with all the yards being, he felt like there could have been more than a rush to clean up the block. Is this experience offensive line good at making the adjustments that need to be made?
I think that being our fourth year in this offense now, and our fourth year being together, that we as an entire staff, and really as an offensive line unit, quarterback, running back, that we're all a little bit better at understanding what the adjustments need to be. And I don't know that we made tremendous adjustments against Indiana State, but I do feel like when we get in the course of a game, we feel like if they're going to take away A, well then let's go to B. And I think we all know what B is. We feel that way schematically. And so hopefully we can continue to build on the experienced O-line that we have. We have an experienced quarterback, running backs. So hopefully we can continue to make the necessary adjustments that we can continue to run the ball.
They touched on last year, particularly at the beginning of your four road game. Part of that was whether part of the caliber of competition you're playing. I guess what are you hoping to see advancement from him and just kind of manage himself and the team and the offense on the road?
Yeah, right. Well, I think that comes with the maturity level. And now this kid is 3 years into it. And you'd like to think that when he goes on the road, he steps into a different stadium, that he won't get shook up by just not being in your own house. And I think that he's ready for that. I think that he's has had enough game experience now that we need him to play at a high level. And he knows that. And not trying to put too much pressure on him. But man, this isn't his first time out there in the arena. You know, and the first test will be Bowling Green, the second test will be Missouri the next week, and so on and so on. So yeah, we need him to play at a higher level in every single game, but especially on the road.
Once you guys kind of go into a specific game, how much do you kind of see what
I think that's what it is. I think that you go in with a couple of base concepts, some areas where you think you want to attack. But you know, right now Bowling Green is game planning how to stop us, and they're going to come up with some new tweaks that we haven't seen yet. So for us just to go in blindly and think that we can just run these plays, I think is a mistake. There's a lot of adjusting that goes on throughout the course of the game.
What do you see as far as leadership from D'Angelo Roberts? Is he stepping up and getting some ownership that for
Yeah, a little bit. You know, part of this for D'Angelo, that's never been his MO to be the loud, boisterous person. His job is to go out and work hard and get the tough yards and make the tough block and the physical play. That's how I think he leads our offense, is more by his play on the field and what he exemplifies every time he steps on the field, more so than standing in front leading the jump jacks.
I find it today at meeting that it was his first play of the very long first snap. I said, I thought it was off.
Yeah, he settled in just fine. And I still think that he's still knocking off the rust, if you will. And you know, anytime somebody comes back with a serious injury, to think that they can just step back onto the field or onto the court and be 100% the same selves that they were before, that's a mistake. That's just not reality. And I don't care how fast you come back. So Dan's, he's a tough kid. He's been battling. He's going to continue to battle. And really for him, you know, Coach Wilson talks about continuous growth every day. He's a kid that needs to continue to get better every day to get himself back to where he was before his injury.
You talk about the tight end position, and I mean, maybe with Corsaro coming back, I don't know if he'll be back for sure, but I mean, are you hoping to maybe get those guys more involved?
Yeah, you know, and that's a great question. It's been a great topic, and I think with Corsaro coming back, that'll add a lot of depth to that position and some experience. But really, that word, just experience, is what those guys need. Coop hasn't played a lot of football for us. Jordan Fuchs is a true freshman. So for them, they're only going to continue to get better as the year goes on. And we can increase their role as they warrant it, if that makes sense. But right now, they're doing everything we asked them to do in the offense. And so hopefully, again, as we move forward, they can continue to progress.
Cooper did down the line, they had 70-yarder that he doesn't have. Is he, you know, the front being out, especially, is he been able to step in and give you some of the blocking?
He has. He's done a phenomenal job. And I think, you know, Coop's been with us for a while now, for a year now. His personality himself is a very mature young man who knows what we're trying to do, understands the offense, and now he's in a position where he's the main guy. And really, his knowledge is helping him play fast. He's not out there thinking about what do I have, because he already knows it. So yeah, he made a big time block on that run, and again, we need him to, and we expect him to make those plays. Good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.